Hello there, fellow YouTubers. It's Scott here, Scott Mechanics. What we're going to do today, we've got a little Corsa 1.2 in 1999, and we're going to show you the fuel trims on it. It's very good for your diagnostic. When you're looking at the fuel trims, it can show rich mixture or a lean mixture, what the engine's actually doing, cause and effect if you like. So we'll show you that. The reason we're showing you this one is because Vauxhall on this little Corsa use what they call a block learn system, and they're not called fuel trims on their scan tool when you view it. When we view it, we're using a Verus Pro. So what we'll do, we'll click here and we'll go into data. And we'll custom that data for a faster update. When we're viewing these sensors and bits we're looking at, if we view all the sensors at once, it slows everything down, so we'll customise the data so you can see everything. The only ones we need today is engine speed, O2 sensor, O2 integrator and O2 adaptation. Now we'll just show you a little bit about these. This O2 integrator, this is the short term. And this one here is the long term. Now how these work is on the block learn system. 128 is good to try and simplify things. Now, if we get less than, we'll go down here. If we get less than 128, or above it, 129, this would be rich, this would be lean. I'm not saying it's engine's running lean or rich. What happens is, I'm saying that these long-term and short-term fuel term trims are talking to the ECU, which is talking to the injectors. If it's less than 128, it's taking fuel away. Yeah? If it's over 128, 129, it's adding fuel. So it's adding fuel to a lean condition, and it's taking fuel away here to a rich condition. That's what we're going to show you today. This one here, the O2 sensor, this is a narrowband O2 sensor on this car, 4-wire sensor. What it works is in the millivolt range. Go to here. This is what we're focusing on. So it's going to throw a wave pattern like so. What this is doing, this is measuring, it generates its own signal, its own voltage, narrowband sensor, 450 millivolts. Is this line. It goes above that line, 451, and over. This is showing fuel being added. Fuel is being added, and it shows 449 or less. This is fuel taken away. Less fuel. So if it's reading down here, that would be lean. If it's reading up here, that would be rich. And we're going to show it doing that as well. Okay, narrowband sensor, zirconium, runs on a 1 volt scale. These are millivolts, we'll see that as well. do. A little clock. We'll do a little clock there just to show you the time it takes these sensors to work. So we'll put this here. You can see the car's not running, so we'll start up the car. The O2 sensor at the minute is warming up. Like I say, this is your short-term fuel trim, this is your long-term. There's a stepper motor working there, setting it off. And that should drop to about 800. There you can see O2 sensor starting to warm up and starting to switch. Remember, that's millivolts. So we want it between 800 and 200. And you can see the short-term fuel trim. We want that around 128 and hover up and down above that. And this is your long-term fuel trim. These are normally plus or minus about 20, 25. Will go either way of the 128. You can see that switching now. We'll go and show you the car. On the car here we have a modus wired directly to the O2 sensor, narrowband sensor. The green's just the battery voltage, and the yellow you can see the O2 sensor switching. This is live data. Follow the lead down. You can see it goes down there. 4-wire sensor, the black wire, the signal wire. This is our engine. Now what we're going to do, take this air filter, okay, got some brake cleaner here. It's highly flammable, so we don't want it anywhere near the exhaust or anything. All we're going to do is spray it into this air intake, forcing the engine rich to overfuel. All we'll do is more inside here, down there like so. So as we fuel that, you'll hear the engine die down and you'll see a rich mixture. Show you the sensor live on the car, do a little squirt. And you can see that sensor reading rich now. I'll show you the scan tool. Stop that. You notice there's a short term going lean. We'll do that again and just watch the short term this time. You can see is the O2 sensor on rich now, 900. You can see the short terms gone down to 102. And the 128's good. So that's it maxed out at 102. It won't go any. It's saying to the injection system, take fuel away now. Anything less than 128. You can't do any more than that. You can actually see the long term starting to react now. It's dropped from 115 to 113, so that's starting to tell the ECU take some fuel away as well. So just wait for the take that out of the air filter, go back to normal. See the short term climbing back up again. Now we stop spraying the fuel and the engine getting back to normal. Long term still pulling the fuel away. It's a long term sensor. It's learning. Long term fuel trim, it's learning from what the engine's doing. You see that come down and go back up. It's nice, I like that, good reaction. That's the short term coming up to 128 again, around that. And what we're going to do now, we're going to create an air leak and make a lean mixture, a weak mixture. There's too much air getting into the engine. So what the engine will try and do, the ECU, fuel trims are going to talk to the ECU and try to add fuel to get back to this 128, which is a good running, emissions related engine. Looking for stoichiometric. Okay, that seems to have balanced back out a bit. We'll go back to the car. What we're going to do this time, we'll pull this off. Put it there. Just pop that up there away from the engine. Now we're breathing in cold air. Go back to the scan data. Start this clock. What we're doing, we're watching for this to go rich now. This is to add fuel to take up to the lean mixture. You see it doing, and we'll see the long term effect as well. It'll take a few minutes. And what we'll see is a short term add in fuel. Hopefully the long term will start adding fuel. When you have a problem like this, you should do these tests at idle and at 3000 revs. If you do the tests at both, it will show you how the short term and long term can cope with a fuel leak better. Try and demonstrate that in a minute. Once we get this to go rich, you can see the short term adding more fuel. Still hovering around the 128 on the short term. There you go, there's it starting to climb now. It took about 245, 244. You can see the short term climbing. Also the long term starting to climb as well now. We zoom out of that, give you a better picture. What you can see there is long term climbing nicely in the short term. The short term, remember it's a 128 is good. It went down to 102 was it? It seems to be maxing out around the 140, 140 somewhere it should go up to. You can see the long term's adding fuel. It's not adding fuel yet, it's at 121. Once it gets over 128, it's adding fuel. Zoom back in a bit. It takes quite a while for the long term to react. The long term's in memory, it will see how the car's running on a journey. When you're doing your diagnostic, if you look at the long term first, I'll give you a good indication. If we were to look at the car now, and we saw 127, 128, you wouldn't think anything was wrong in the long term. Here we've got the air leak. In the short term, nowhere near 128, that would indicate it. And that's over 128 now on the long term. Adding fuel. We allow plus or minus 10% on these as well. And a good running engine. We've only created a small air leak here. And you can see the effects it's having. The long term's adding. What we'll just do now is we'll hold the car at 3000 RPMs and we'll see what difference that makes. Didn't show much improvement there. What we'll do, we'll plug this air leak back in now. So air leak plugged back in. Let's have a look at the car's doing. As you can see, the fuel trims on the short term are coming down. I think the coolant fan's helping that as well, but you can see it coming down in a few minutes. See the long term. Let's see how long it takes for the long term to come down. There we can see the long term starting to come down now. We've got the short term hovering where we want it. And the long term will come down a bit more yet as well. Just give a throttle a quick flip.
Is it right? Alright, that's fine. Yeah.